Hope all is well. Hopefully everybody's had a good time being away from me. You know what I mean? Enjoying your family. But last week had an opportunity just to reflect on where we are, where we're going, what needs to be done. But when it's all said and done with, now it's time to make sure all those things that we took an in-depth look at, now it's time to put those things into action. So with that said, I'm all ears.
Eric, one of those guys that you obviously look at is Sam and his progression. What do you need to see from him over the next 4 games to measure that progress?
Continue progression. Just continuing to grow as a leader, okay? Continue to grow as a player. I basically told him he's beyond his his first-year status as a rookie because he's played a number of plays. But I also understand that sometimes he's going to look at things for the very first time and something's going to happen that has not happened before. So I also think about that, and I'm very sensitive towards that. But I want to see him grow and continue as a leader. But on top of that, just watching his game progress. I think he has a good feel for the game, but we have to be better, all right? There's a number of things that he can be better at, but that's something that we'll keep between us. But I know he's taking the necessary steps moving forward, so I'm excited about that.
Have you seen enough from him to get a feel for what kind of quarterback he can be in this league going forward?
I think he's put enough on tape to show you that he's a kid that, first of all, he's smart, okay? He learns from his mistakes. He's done a great job having pocket presence after having the issues at times. He does a great job of communicating with the guys up front. Do I like what he's done? Yes, I do. Obviously, in this league, you're measured by wins and losses. So we have to make sure that all that is reflecting in that column. But as a player, I'm very happy with his development and his growth process. Do we have a long ways to go? Yes, we do. But he's taking the necessary steps moving forward, and that's the excitement that really generates us as an offensive staff because he's growing every single day.
As you catch your breath during the bye, these last four are 4 of the best defenses in the league, obviously. How do you prepare your team to stay up and stay ready for this challenge?
You keep chopping wood every single day like we have all season long. We've faced some of the tougher defenses throughout the course of the season, and so we don't care the opponent. We don't care exactly what their stats are. I'm not concerned with numbers. The only thing that matters is what are we doing today. I told our guys, hey, yesterday, we have to learn to live in the now. The only thing that matters today is situational football. All right, we're going to take care of short yardage and goal line. We're going to take care of our third down progression, 3rd and 2 to 11 plus. We'll handle some base situations. Today, that's all that matters. The notes that our guys took in meetings are very important. The film that they're studying on this particular opponent are very important. All right, that matters today. That's all. Now we got to go out and execute and make sure that we're putting that productivity on tape, showing that we can go out and apply it on Sunday.
A disappointing season for you the last few years has been losing in the AFC title game. How are you handling 4-9 and everything that comes with that?
Well, a 4-9 is tough. It's very tough. Not going to lie. It can emotionally eat at you. It can physically drain you. But like everything, I'm built for this because the thing that I always look at is what can we do better? How can I grow as a coach? How can I grow as a communicator? How can I grow as a coordinator? But on top of that, what are some of the things that we need to do collectively as a staff to get our guys going in the right direction? So is it tough? Yes, it is tough. But this is a part of the business when you're trying to establish a culture of who you are and establish a new way of doing things.
To that, I mean, in what ways do you think you have grown as a play caller, as a coordinator?
I think I've grown tremendously because I've had an opportunity to do it for 5 years. On top of that, I'm doing it this year. I think people forget that, yes, I did. I was a coordinator in Kansas City, and, yes, I did call plays. All right. Obviously, the head man always has 51% of the vote, as he should, okay? But when it's all said and done with, have I grown? Yes, okay? Can I always be better? Yes, there's always room for growth. So the thing that I'm always focuses on is, all right, how could I have helped when this particular situation, a third down situation may have come up, or a 2-minute situation? And so you just reflect on some of those things and you go back, you replay those situations in your head, you replay those situations with your coaches, and you discuss it. You take notes on it, you grow from it, and you move forward. So those are the things I think more than anything that I'm growing with, just taking insight and taking feedback and learning from that.
Given the circumstances of where things are, new ownership, the record, how much do you think about your own future and kind of where things are? I know you get this question, but how much do you think about it at this point in the season?
You know what, Nikki, and that's actually a great question. I'm surprised that it's the first time it's come up. But as coaches, we have to live in the now. That's the only way that you can survive. You can't worry about what's taking place around you. The only thing that matters is today. I got to make sure that I'm accountable to our coaching staff. I got to make sure that I'm accountable to our players. I got to make sure that I'm accountable to this entire organization. I can't worry about the outside noise and everything that's taking place. I got to make sure that today that we can go out and win on third down, making sure that I'm giving our guys the best chance of being successful on Sunday to go out and win. That's the only thing that matters. And then after that, we'll start thinking about the next opponent, which will be the Jets. But you have to live in the now. If you're thinking about everything else, you can't get a job done if you're focused on all the things that are outside. I learned this a long time ago. Eliminate distractions.
Has it been hard to live in the now this year?
Not at all. Not at all. You deal with it. You accept it. It's reality. I mean, my bad, excuse my language. We are who we are, okay? Can't change that. That's who we are. So now what is my job? My job is to make sure that I can make it better. So right now, as we're standing, we're 4-9. My job is to make sure that we can come out of this game and be 5-9. That's all that matters.
Is there any specifics you can share with us about maybe a coaching technique or a tendency or a game plan thing that you feel like you've tried new this year that's been different?
Yeah, some of those things I love to keep to myself, and like I said, just taking input. Sometimes Coach Eric Bieniemy can be very hard-headed and stubborn, all right? So that's one thing. Another thing is just making sure as a staff collectively that we're doing an overall job of over-communicating with one another. And then now, once you do that, that eliminates a lot of things. And then maximizing the talent that we have, okay? Sometimes you got to simplify. Sometimes less is more, okay? So those are some of the things that I've learned. Those are some of the things that are helping me to continue to grow. But when it's all said and done with, that's my responsibility and my job. So I'm excited about where I am. Not excited about what we've done, but I'm excited about today, and I'm excited about the things that we can continue to grow moving forward.
Coach, you talk about growth. Can you share some of that growth you've experienced this season as a coordinator for this team?
I think I've answered that question, but I think some of the growth is just overall communication, just like we're doing right now, right? Making sure that guys are always on the same page, developing relationships with the people that you work with, getting to know the players a little bit more, getting to see the human element of who they are. So I think that's a part of the growth process. But other than that, it's X's and O's. This is what we get paid to do. So some of the things I've shared, I think I addressed some of those issues. And I'm not trying to be an asshole, I promise you. But I'm just tired of sounding like a broken record. But it's been a great experience. Do you always want it to be better? Yes. Okay. Do you want to win? You goddamn right. Okay? But sometimes, without no bad luck, some of us wouldn't have any good luck at all because it forces you to look within. And once you look within, now you can help yourself to grow. You can't be afraid of being vulnerable and asking for honest opinions. So that's the best thing about where we are today with me.
This time of year, you start to hear about, coordinators that could become head coaches. You've dealt with this for a number of years, I would imagine. How has your approach to that kind of stuff changed over the years and now in a new location?
It hasn't changed at all. I've learned to live in the now. And That's the only thing that matters. I can't worry about tomorrow unless I take care of today. Now, can I plan for the future? Yes. I've already done a number of things that can help me moving forward, but this isn't about me. This is about us and our offense and our team making sure that we can do whatever we can, all right, to help us to finish the right way. And a part of that is making sure that we're taking care of business today, that they have the right third down plan, the right goal line plan, and ensuring us that we can come away victorious.
Do you feel like you need to relay that to players too? Like, hey, we got 4 left. This is the one that matters, and because sometimes their vision can start to drift too.
It's been addressed. They know, they know exactly where we are. They know exactly who we are. The only thing I want them to understand is this, okay? The only thing that matters is the now. I can't worry about anything that have taken place. We can't do that. Shit happens in life, all right? That's just life. Obviously, you always want to be dealt a better hand. Sometimes you don't get dealt that better hand. So what can we do? We can reflect on the things that we have done. We can learn from it, and we can keep it moving forward. But the only way that's going to get done collectively, we have to be accountable to one another and continue this process, because when it's all said and done with, if we have the personal pride in who we are as men collectively, all right, there's a lot of things that we can do together, all right, moving forward and ensuring that we can be successful in many areas in the wins and loss columns.
One more specific, Aaron Donald. What's it like trying to get ready for a guy like that?
He's a Hall of Famer for a reason. You got to pay close attention to him because he can wreck a game. I've been in one of those where he's made a lot of hay, and he forces you to keep focus on him. But it's always fun. It's always a unique challenge. You just got to make sure that you're not finding yourself being a fan and saying, damn, did you see that move that he just made? Did you see how quick he got off the ball? So I'm a huge Aaron Donald fan just because of the work ethic that he applies. And, I say this, and this ain't no shot at him. I mean, it's reality. Everybody always talk about the lack of size that he's had. And the only thing, he's just been an incredible giant throughout his entire career, playing with that organization.
Coach, how has Brian Robinson, his growth impacted your evolution as a play caller here in Washington?
You know what? I think it's impacted my growth process a lot, but also too, I think we've helped one another. People like to put people in certain categories. He's a running back. He just runs the ball. Now, he's a football player that happens to play the running back position. I think Brian has done an outstanding job of accepting that role. I mean, he's become a guy that Sam can count on. I mean, he's made tremendous plays, not only in the pass game as a receiver. He's made some huge plays in the run game, but also, too, he's done a heck of a job of stepping up in the pocket and knocking the hell out of some blitzing backers. So I love the growth that he has shown, but also, too, he's helped me to grow because there are certain things that I know that I got to do a better job of highlighting of him and just showing his strengths more.
And do you have any thoughts on the growth of the growing number of offensive offsides penalties being called this year?
I didn't know that was going to come up. I guess I have no comment. I don't think we can comment on anything about the refs, right? Oh, this is about the offense. Man, I'm not going there.
Yesterday, Sam said that he felt like he was at his best when the ball's coming out fast during his bye-week review. Did you see the same thing when you were going over the season?
I think Sam is at his best when the ball is coming out of his hands and it's being completed. So that's the thing that I enjoy. So regardless of whether it's coming out fast, whether it's coming out slow, as long as it's completed to our guys, okay, that's all that matters. That's when he's at his best. But he's done a hell of a job, okay? He's done some good things. Obviously, he does a great job in our quick game stuff. The kid has shown tremendous growth. I'm pleased with where he is, but we also know that there's plenty of things that he can continue to improve upon.
When you talked about input before, is that something that you are able to hear from him and then kind of include in your game plans? Or
Oh, me and Sam spend a lot of time together. We always talk. First and foremost, if there's anything that he doesn't like in the game plan, it's not going in. Why would I force our quarterback to run something that he doesn't like? So that's a huge part of this, Okay? That's why that dialogue, that line of communication, that relationship has to be tight. There is no such thing as sore feelings, because if there's something I think that he can do, I'm going to get on him and tell him about it. If there's something that he doesn't like, I expect him to let me know, and I expect him to be honest and tell me. All right. Y'all take care. Thank you.